since you tried to build some street cred earlier by talking about your Central High past, I'm a Phoenix kid too, and grew up in a great pro-education family, a graduate of Manzanita Grade School and the Washington Elementary School District, Palo Verde Junior High, Cortez Colts in West Phoenix. We love our public schools. My brother Paul, who I think I just saw over there, is now superintendent of Washington Elementary School District. Thanks for being a champion of education. My brother Paul, let's give a big round of applause. Thanks for being here. I'm super proud of my brother Paul, but even he will acknowledge that both of us are even more proud of our little sister Maria. For 18 years, she has taught special education in the Cartwright Elementary School District, all at Spitolny School. She is an awesome, dedicated teacher, the type that reaches into her own pocket to pay for the extras for her kids. She's that teacher that takes her kids to the art museum and children's museum and the science center because they may not have the resources or family support that they need. I am so proud. Paul and I are so proud of our sister Maria for her commitment to the kids in the Cartwright area. I'm inspired by them. I operate under the belief, as I know every single person does in this room, as our schools go, so goes the future of our city. There is not an inch of space between the success of all of our public schools in the city of Phoenix and the future success of our city. That's the reason why I, as mayor, and the city of Phoenix are trying to do all we can, and we're looking for even more ideas if you got them, about how the city of Phoenix can be more supportive of our public schools. No, it is not in our city charter that we're supposed to be involved in public schools. The city of Phoenix does not run public schools, thank God. Which allows us to be the very best partner that we can be with our public schools. Anything that I could do, in addition to being supportive of necessary bond elections and override elections, anything we could do to be even more supportive about getting volunteers into our public schools, anything we can do to help with our school district, and I see Dr. Smith there from Balls, to help you and the other school districts help get kids cultural enrichment opportunities in the summer months. That's a very great program that we had over 2,000 kids participate in. Because we don't run public schools, it allows us to be the very best partner. But we have a huge stake in the success of our public schools in the city of Phoenix, and that's why I'm asking everyone in this room to actively participate in this campaign. The 2016 Kids Are Missing Out campaign. And I want to thank again Rick DeGraw, our friend, and Copper Point Mutual Insurance Company. Every time they are asked, they step up to the plate in a big way, and they're stepping up to the plate once again to be a lead company on this program. So Rick DeGraw, you and Copper Point, I owe you a huge debt of gratitude. All of the members of my Youth and Education Commission, thank you for supporting Netta and her leadership. Thank you for what you do every single day to support public education here in the city of Phoenix. And I know Valley Leadership has adopted this program, the current class in Valley Leadership. So if you're with the Valley Leadership program, if you're a member of the class, please raise your hand if you are here. I don't know what class it is this time. What class number is it? 37. And so as a member of class 19, I could say the second best class ever. Valley Leadership is the current Valley. Thank you for adopting this program and doing what you can through your business context to get the word out. For the 2016 campaign, I'm calling on our community to focus on how extracurricular programs help prepare students for our future economy and workforce. So whether it be an after-school science club, community garden project, robotics teams, these experiences expose our kids to science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. These learning opportunities are often unavailable during regular class hours due to other constraints, but are critical if we want our kids to be able to compete in a 21st century economy. Unfortunately, so many households of students lack these opportunities simply because of the neighborhood that they happen to live in. As many of you know, the number of some Valley School Districts receive as little as $3 per child on average through the Arizona Education Tax Credit Program. Others receive upwards of $120 per child. Our students, our economy, depend upon ending this disparity. We want every single kid, no matter what school district they happen to be living in, no matter their socioeconomic background, to be able to have all of the enrichment opportunities that go along with great after-school programs. This is why we're here today, to help even up the odds a little bit. Since 2012, this campaign has successfully increased awareness of Arizona's education school tax credit program through targeting the schools who need our help most. Last year alone, as Netta mentioned, Union saw an increase of over 400%. 180,000 students benefited from increased funding, with target schools seeing an average increase of over 24%. But we must continue this fight because we all have a huge stake in the success of every single school district in the city of Phoenix. We want to make sure that every single child has the full benefit of great after-school programs. I don't need to preach to the educational leaders that are in this room. You understand that what goes on in that after-school setting can be equally as important as what goes on during the school day for that child's enrichment and advancement. So to end these inequities, we need your active participation in the Kids Are Missing Out campaign today. What I'm asking each and every person here today is to spread the word. If you're a business leader, please get the word out to your employees about this great investment opportunity in our public schools. I'm asking you to go reach out to employees, community members, local businesses, and parents. Inform them that each individual taxpayer has the opportunity to direct a portion of their state income tax to a public school and get a dollar-for-dollar tax credit. By participating in this campaign to promote employee and parent giving to our most underfunded Phoenix schools, that ensure that our Phoenix schools won't miss out on providing the opportunities that will impact the futures of our local students. Here is the toolkit. So make sure you grab as many of these as you can and get it out to your employees in your organizations. Send out an email telling them about the kidsaremissing.out.com website. This is a fantastic toolkit that details how we can get local businesses, school districts, organizations involved in this effort. You'll find statistics about which districts need the most assistance, a timeline to assist in creating a campaign that works for your organization, suggestions for social media, answers to frequently asked questions, other valuable information. This is an important toolkit. And while we know that this campaign will make all boats rise, each year I want to bring attention to targeted school districts that need the most help. Included among them, these are not exclusive because we're trying to promote giving to all of our school districts, but our targeted districts are Tolleson Elementary, Tolleson Union High School District, Isaac, Littleton, Fowler, Alhambra Elementary, Cartwright, Pendergast, Riverside, and Roosevelt. Because my leading staff member in education serves on the Roosevelt School Board, he had to get Roosevelt in there. Where's Lawrence Robinson? You got it in there. Good job. These districts receive less than 1/10 of what most well-funded districts receive each year, and those of us here today can change that reality. And I'm not asking people to do this out of charity. I'm asking people to do this because the success of all of our students, regardless of what school district they attend, regardless of their socioeconomic status, the success of each of our students is critical so that Phoenix can be a leading economy now and into the future. Businesses in this community have as much, if not more, of an interest in the success of these districts that you're asking, that we're asking people to give to. You have as much of an interest in their success as any other school district in terms of building the workforce for the future. So this is not charity we're asking for, it's an investment in our future, and you get a dollar-for-dollar tax credit under your Arizona state taxes. $200 for an individual, $400 for married accounts. So more information, contact Lawrence Robinson of my staff, Tim Valencia, who runs our youth and education department, and mark down this website, kidsaremissing.out.com. Get that website out to, again, your employees, your community members, put it out on your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Netta, whatever social media you use, get it out there. Kidsaremissing.out.com. And I just want to say a Huge debt of gratitude to the next speaker, Don Covey, who heads our Maricopa County Education Service Agency. When we started this a couple years ago, I did not realize that many of our districts, particularly in the higher poverty parts of the city, were not able to accept tax credit donations online. And in the modern world, if you're not online, it's going to be so much more difficult to receive donations. I can say that as someone that just went through a political campaign. I know. You want a donation, you got to make it as easy as possible for people. Makisa and Don stepped up to the plate, and they ensured that every single school district in the city, regardless of socioeconomic status of their families that attend there, every single school district could receive tax credit donations online. And I would politely argue that the marketing campaign helped, but the ability to receive those online is what directly led to the increases that we have seen. So I just want to personally say, Don Covey, thank you for your leadership and partnership. My brother and I actually played basketball with Don's sons at Cortez High School. So we go back a long ways, friend. Who knew that our paths would cross again later on in our life? Thank you for your incredible leadership. So who's in? Raise your hand if you're in. Are you going to support Kids Are Missing Out? Get the word out. Email every business in your district. Tell them that this is an incredibly important campaign. We can do this. We can do this. We can be successful in this regard. These kids who are going to perform in just a few minutes are going to show you how important this is. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but I need everyone to be all in, just like the city wants to be all in to be the partner of our great public school districts within the city of Phoenix. Without further ado, I just buttered it up really nice. But I mean every word of it. A great leader in education in our community, and this program will only be successful because of this partnership. Superintendent Dr. Don Covey from Maricopa County Education Service Agency. Dr. Covey.
How in the world do you follow a person like that? Mayor, you're just outstanding, not just this initiative, but the hundreds of others, and it's nice to see the city really step up to help and support public schools and education, but also non-traditional schools as well. You know, as I look out amongst the crowd here, Mayor, and say it's tough to follow you, there's one thing I just really note with this group as opposed to some. There's like 4 levels of commitment. You can receive information, and the mayor did a great job. You receive this information. You basically respond, saying, well, yeah, I think I will, but I saw when you asked for a show of hands, you raised your hands. But you know the next 2 levels are the most significant ones? First of all, you receive information, you respond to it, but if you internalize it, that's phenomenal. Internalize, and I see a lot of people here just catching your eyes here. You've internalized this. You believe in this because you believe in children, you believe in our community, you believe in our city and our county, but you characterize it. When you characterize something, you act and behave that way no matter where you are, under what circumstances, and every conversations you have during the holidays and different gatherings you may have, you will not have to consciously think about making a commitment with regard to this program. But you'll internalize and characterize and say, oh, by the way, did you know? And it's amazing, you all know. So you basically become purveyors and ambassadors of a phenomenal reason of doing this. Let me give you one statistical reason. You look at a young person, and when they're in school, if you recall the days when you were in school, you sat in your desk, all of you did, I know, you were just really eyes on the teacher, you did your homework. I know it at Cortez High School that they, both Paul and Doug and the mayor, you weren't mayor then, but I'll say Mayor Greg at that time, and said, you're very astute. Your interactions with your classmates, though, were very seldom. As a matter of fact, they would say, stop talking. Don't do that, Rick. You behave yourself, Tim. And you just was very quiet. Where was the social behavioral relationships you built, which is so critical to our economy and working together as a collaboration? Where do you learn collaboration? You know where you learn it? It's the after-school activities. It truly is. It's the opportunity for these young people to interrelate with other people. They're not looking at saying, I got to pass this test, I got to get this report in, this topic completed, etc. It's that opportunity they have afterwards. But let me tell you how important that opportunity is. Having been a teacher and my role right now, if a young person attends school every day for 180 days, 6 hours a day, that's 1,080 hours. You take the other waking hours of the young person, education, the formal education is only 20% of their life. 20% of their life is there. The other 80% is their ability to have interactions and relationship building and collaborative approaches in working with their fellow peers, but also seeing adults who can exemplify and characterize and internalize what good interaction can be. This investment is for the total child, not just the academic side, but what they can take those academics, what they learn in the classroom, and apply it to others when they work with and be with their colleagues. That is so critical. Parents in our community, both parents work. Unfortunately, some have to work more than one job, sometimes 2 and 3 jobs, and children are basically left at home. When we could have them involved in something very creative, imaginative, and where they can use their intrinsic beliefs and skills and ideals of becoming that total person we want them to be. This investment, what's really nice about it, it's tax deductible. You just turn right around and get a tax credit. So you're not having to reach in and say, take $200 or $400 out of your pocket and say, that goes out there. But each and every one of these, you also have the ability to subscribe to a particular and specific school. And work with our county superintendents and superintendents throughout Maricopa County and the city, none of their revenues have reduced themselves whatsoever. But those particular communities that the mayor talked about and locations, I see the mayor from, I don't see the mayor. This is a superintendent. You guys are sitting so close together, I get it mixed up. And Lily is so great that, Pendergast is one of those districts. And when you see Union District, and I see Superintendent Lapita out there, Hightower, these are really investments in young people who can come together, work together, be together, and involve their time of that other 80%. Without it, it really does devastate us in terms of the total child. So with that, thank you very much for being here. Remember, internalize, characterize, receive, and respond. Don't just look at it and say, nice. So it's what you do with this when you leave. Some people, I'll put that in my valise, I'll put that in my briefcase. Take it out and internalize it. Say, what is this talking about? What can I do? And go the next step. Thank you.